Hello and welcome. It's Friday. Thank goodness. Thank goodness it's Friday. We made it to Friday. Yes, Satisfactory. This is something like day 9? Stream 9? Day 9? Something like that. Of the series. Last time I think I managed to twist my headphones at some point, so they've gone not quite fitted to my head. Yeah, last time I kind of started to get a bit more serious with the factory, and I have done some work in the interim. So let's get the game loaded up, and I can show you where we are, what we're doing. Next we've got a C. That's when I'm doing some work during the week. I'm giving them slightly different names. That's taking a surprisingly long time to load up. Oh, there we go. So here we are. This is the new... Well, it's the shell of a factory. It doesn't really have anything more to it as such. I can't remember, if I'm totally honest, whether I fully hooked up everything last stream. I don't think I did. And it's not fully hooked up now, because I don't think we've got the power to support everything. But I've kind of laid it out structurally. So basically, we're where we ever were. Basically, same base, same location. But what I've done between streams is basically I've hooked up concrete, and essentially been using the concrete. I've sort of been leaving the game to chunk a load of concrete, and then coming back and then building this structure. So we essentially have 3 levels at the moment. Whether we need more, I don't know. Whether this is big enough, I don't know. Whether it's too big, I don't know. I've never, as mentioned, never before. When I played the game before, I didn't really build a factory. I just threw down machines like we were before. So let's give you a tour. Let's get a bit more sensible. Let's give you a tour. So basically, this is the ground floor. What we had before, I think, was the basic square or rectangular shape. I need to fiddle about with a lot of this because basically I ran out of the stuff to make level 2 and level 3 belts. So pretty much all of this is just level 1 belt. So it's all very slow moving, too slow. So this is obviously from the old limestone patch over there. It needs elevating as well and putting in the top to let me be able to run through it or run past it. But we've got a thing here that's got limestone coming in, and I say this is only level 1 belt, so these aren't really running full capacity. They're sort of chunking through and then pausing. There you go, idle while it loads a few more in. But basically it's been chunking away, making concrete. I've left wherever I've got these storage units, what does it call them? Industrial storage containers. I've left gaps above them because obviously I'm anticipating making some of these conveyors. Obviously, I say we'll be starting with level 1, because I don't have the material to do level 2. And yeah, we'll sort of plan it out at level 1, and then hopefully we'll build up the materials that I can use to come back and, make the level 2 and level 3 belts as needed, and do more stands and all that sort of stuff. But yes, this corner is new. This wasn't here before. Last stream. And what I've done, I think we plopped the hub down. I think this was here. But I've basically extended out here. We've got this nice big area, and this is for, I know they look like they're running, but that's just because it always plays the animation, so they're not actually doing anything, because obviously we've got the the coal power coming in and the factory's not really running as such. But yeah, we've got, is it 6? I've got 6 biofuel burners, and then plenty of room, or a bit of room, to expand further if I need to chuck a few more in. But basically this is what I would do, I'd go out, chop a load of trees down, and this has got the chainsaw and a bit of fuel in it, and then we would come back here. In fact, look, I can do it basically. So I did actually do this at one point between streams. So we got some wood, you see, So we chuck the wood in. I say I would come back, put all of the stuff in there, and then we would put in here, switch this over to whatever is appropriate. So recipe needs to change to wood. And then there's a, production machine here that's changing biomass into, well, that one's doing biomass into, a raw material into biomass. This one's doing biomass into biofuel. And then this one's just, this is just a storage unit. So then I've got, a storage unit that I can just chuck more stuff in. And this is sort of meant as a, almost like a backup power. I'm probably going to have to go and boost up all the coal power that we've got. That's not very efficient. I ran out of belt there as well. But yeah, so what I've been doing basically, I sort of kind of organised the power poles and also built walls. I discovered last time that it works like the Fallout 4 system where, once you've elevated, it's not like Valheim where if I take one of these out, let's just do it. It doesn't cause this to collapse, and these aren't. I could take all of these out basically. I did also discover some shortcuts, and I put some things on my hotbar as well. And basically, if you hit middle mouse button, it copies whatever you're looking at. So that's now the ramp. That's the wall, which is really useful. But say I never really did much building before, so that's all sort of new to me. But I've done this structure where it's like 2 bits of wall, and then a power pole, 2 bits of wall, then a power pole. And that's more just to help me organise it, really. And as I say, to make it look more like a factory. As I understand it, well, there is now lights in the game, so, it's quite dark in here. Presumably we can run some lights eventually. But you can also get, like, glass walls to let light in. So, yes, so actual production. So what we've got coming in here is, well, nothing. That's the storage. What we got coming in here is the copper. You see it's all full up as I've just left it running. And then we got no copper in there because I've only hooked up one patch. We'll need to go and at some point mine the patch that's way over in that distance. Luckily, a tractor appears to be running. No? Yeah, there we go. Paused for longer than I was expecting then. I think it's only meant to do like 5 seconds. So I think that's probably sorted out because it ran out of fuel last time. So I think that has sorted that out. But yeah, so that's bringing the coal in still. And the coal is coming in over there. We'll get to that in a minute. But basically all we've got set up so far is these storage units. I say this one doesn't have anything in it. But basically, I say they need to be higher level belts and all that. But I put a whole load of smelters. We don't have the power to support all this. So I didn't hook it up, but I put the actual power cables in. As in, I didn't hook it up with material. So basically got, is that 4? I think it was 4 I put. 4 of them are, hooked up as it were and powered and all that sort of stuff. And they're obviously making copper ingots, so we need to take them upstairs as well. And I say quite how that's going to work. I don't know. We'll have to see. Next one then, well, we'll do this one. It's like a combined one. We've basically got 3 things coming in here. And these are the inputs here. And the reason we've got 3 things is we've got 2 that isn't hooked up obviously, but we've got 2 lanes of iron in here, and eventually 2 in there. Again, I think some of these are level 2 belt, might be some level 3, but as I say, I ran out of stuff, so they're basically sort of feeding in. But we now got 2 full containers of iron ore, and the third one is obviously the coal, which is that material there. So what we're doing with that is I've hooked up steel production. I think I actually did this on the episode last time on the stream, but this is steel, obviously. Taking these 3 in. Again, only one of them is hooked up, but I put these on to try and line it up, basically, to see how that works. And then we've got the output here, and again, this is, it's all like level 1 belt and should be higher. But yeah, so I've got a full container of steel, so we can use that. And then, as you might expect, the final one is iron ore going into iron ingot. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Iron ingots. and I'm literally just running the belt all the way down here. So what I was kind of anticipating is probably we wouldn't actually need that many doing steel, and like overflow stuff would come in. But you can stack. So let's do that. You can stack the splitters. So we could potentially have stuff coming out of the top of these and going down here as well, and like using height to weave the belts. But basically that means we've then got the fourth raw material over here. The fourth raw, common one, which is the iron ingots. I did a sort of a lifty thing and discovered that you don't actually, if you have a wall, it'll let you put the ramp on and stick it to the wall, just like Fallout 4 basically. You don't need a thing in here. So we've got a little bit of space. I also added over here, we've got the MAM. I did actually do a research, which was naughty of me. I can't remember which one I did though, but it's because it was taking so long to make. Actually, I can put. Notice that we've got a bit of that. I can't remember which one I did, as I say, but we're kind of, we are basically at a stage where we'd need fairly high level tech, to do stuff. We haven't got that much Satisfactory, whatever it's called, or these are all done. That needs more high level tech. We've not seen any yellow power slugs. Crystal oscillator needs loads of quartz that we've not got. Sulfur needs loads of gunpowder that we can't make because we've not got very much sulfur. So science is all kind of paused, as it were. That side of science, anyway. And then obviously we've got an equipment workbench here for when we want to make stuff, basically. So it's all sort of contained over here. Second floor, then. I've also put the towers on to give me a better view when I was doing it. Second floor, then, I've started to put the machines on, but they're not hooked up. They're not doing anything. I'm afraid I still haven't looked at the ratios, which was unfortunate. But I can't really run them anyway at the required ratios because, I only have level 1 belt, so it's a bit sort of redundant, really. So basically, yeah. So the idea would be this brings it up here, and this is like almost like hub materials, that sort of first couple of levels of the techs. So effectively, the wires and the iron bars and the iron plates and all that sort of stuff. I put one of these here, but whether I'm processing that or not, I don't know. Because I might do pipes at this level and the plate, steel pipes and steel plates maybe. But I say we'll work that out as we go. But we then have a third level here, which is completely open. And the idea would be this is like the top tier that we can currently make, and it's open like this because I didn't want to sort of box myself in too much, because what I've also done is moved the SPAC elevator over to there. So the idea I was thinking is that we can basically, put the belts off the edge here. Now, whether I have to do lifters or droppers or ascenders or descenders or what, I don't know, but I'm hoping this will work. Do them off the edge here and run them into those are the inputs. So if we get to the point, I don't think we'll do it on this stream, if we get to the point where we're making the highest levels, we could even take them off here, it might be easier. But I was just worried about interfering with these. But so this is what I tried to do. I tried to leave open gaps, and whether I'll then be able to fill them in or not, I don't know. Okay, well that's the mini base tour, mini tour of the base. We can actually drop between levels. It's not too far, but 2 levels does damage us, so that's far. That's okay, but we can't drop 2 levels because what we need to do. Let's get those eaten. Didn't realise I was low on health. No, where's my coffee cup? There's my coffee cup. This is probably the one we need to bring up first. Is the iron ore? Iron ingots. Now, as I say, I don't quite know how and if this will work, because what we can do is we can extend the floor, because I've made this deliberately so that these machines all fit in, in these containers and stuff. So whether I can, lift the stuff up and take it along, I don't know. I might have to lift it up, put a floor in so that it can connect to it. But yeah, so we want to get. I say we'll have to work with level 1 for the time being. Now, does that mean if I do that? Because I haven't tested these particularly, but does that mean that will go to? It's automatically hooked up, or am I also going to have to put a belt in? That's what I don't know. So this was iron ore, wasn't it? So if I put that there, because what I do know this, that you can lift it up like that. So we want to lift it up. Whoops! Dropped off the edge. Let's go around again. I was saying before, this is the bit I found a bit tricky with like the 3D-ness of it. Is like, obviously Factorio is 2D, and you can just put things down, fairly easily. So if I put that, now are you properly connected? Oh, it does. It's properly connected. It is properly lifting up. The other question though is, can I just connect the belt? Are you just gonna hover? You are. Okay. That is nice and convenient then. Okay. But yeah, I put loads of. So this is, we've got loads of power poles and stuff so that we can connect things up and all that stuff. So say, I'll just do some effectively. The question really is about organisation of it. That's the key thing. Because obviously eventually this will have iron ore in it, iron ingots in it as well, and this will be a level 3 belt, so it'll be pumping stuff up pretty quick. But the bit I haven't worked out is, how many. So if this is taking, I've already set a recipe. So this is taking iron plate. How many do I need to produce to make the high level materials plus store a bit for myself? That's the stuff I haven't really worked out. Now, did I put that on a different recipe? No, I haven't. So I haven't even set recipes on this. What we do know is that a level 1 belt does up to 60 resources per minute. So a level 1 belt could support 3 machines making iron plate. Okay. Now, but really, we want to say to do level 3. So really, it'd be up to 270 resources per minute. But what I'm thinking is we work in. We assume that we want to produce a belt's worth of iron plate and iron rods. I was going to say yellow belt, a level 1 belt. So if these take 20 if this 20 per minute, we need 3 of them. Yeah, so we would do that basically. So this is iron plate, and this is iron plate. And I can always, I can come back after the stream, and essentially, fix things once I have worked out how much. But I say we'll make it, what we can at the moment. So we'll make 3 of these, making iron things, and we want a. Now, which way around is that? Is that a splitter? No, it's a merger. That's a splitter. And we want to line that up with that, and with that, and then we'll put. I say these aren't. It's not actually going to be able to support. What I'm doing, because it's the wrong level of belt, but we don't have the stuff yet to be able to do the required level of belt, basically. So we'll just take it as is. I'm fairly sure I could probably, with these lifters, I think I could have 2 coming out. If I put a bit of belt there and lift it, because you can turn these round. So we could then have it, I don't know, coming over the back or coming out of here and going to another set of machines. But we'll ignore that for the time being, and I'll kind of work it out, to produce some material for right now. So we'll hook these up. It's kind of a shame in a sense that I didn't play about with this much when I was playing before, because actually the floor things are. The other thing I should know is I've got a desk fan running under the desk. So I know there's no one watching at the moment, but I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to watch the playback back because I tested it out, and the noise filter thing seems to cancel it out. You can't hear the fan, and like there's no. So when I stop talking, it just goes silent, like that. So you can't hear the fan going to that. But whether it's doing anything weird, because you sometimes with these noise filters, they like click the audio, and it all sounds a bit rubbish. But I did do some testing. Did I even set that? Yes, I did. I did do some testing. But as I say, we will have to see. Right, so what I'm thinking, I don't think I've hooked power. No, so what I'm thinking, because what I've learned to do is if you hit F and then hit the middle mouse button, that's a really quick way of getting at the thing. Because you get the copy, but you see if you'd use the Q, it brings up that menu, and if you do F, it'll just instantly switch. I'm sure that's kind of telling anyone knows the game how to suck eggs, but say that's how I managed to. That's what I learned while I was doing these things. So let's put 3 down. So if we make rods, how quickly are those? Those are made at 15 per minute. So in order to do 60, we need 4 machines. So if I see, it's just nice and quick to do that. F and then middle mouse button. Is that the? So we want more of these. Only we want it that way around. But yeah, the floors let you help you align stuff really easily because it's all sort of automatically spaced. So the blue lines just appear automatic. I'm not holding control at all, which is really useful. Really, it's like they've kind of designed the game. It's very strange. Did I set the recipes on these? Didn't I? Yeah, so these aren't going to run. In fact, I may not even power all of them up because, you know, it's sort of pointless putting stress on our power system. We can't actually run them. Did I set the recipes up? No, I didn't. So that needs to be rods. How many have I got? That's rods. And that's rods. And you're already rods. Okay. So, see, what I probably need to do is space things out more in case I need, you know, make the thing. But say this is more like exploring the principle of doing this rather than actually the final iteration. Right, so power. Let's put the power piles in. But actually, let's use that. Can I get? So I've been using this. It's very much a sort of a Factorio style, I think, where I'm basically. Why are you encroaching others' clearance? Okay. It doesn't look encroached to me, but I will take your word for it. You are, after all, the one that knows what's going on. Yeah, I've kind of been doing this basic, you know, pattern. So did I put that on the left? Yeah, I did. So we want more. With the power poles on all of the machines. So I say, I'll just hook one of them up. But we've got the power poles in place for whenever. Probably be better with the power poles at the back, really, wouldn't it? If the connector's there, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't make a lot of difference. So there would be 3 of them, and then this would be the one to make, you know, this would be our sample one to make rods. Now, the question then is where do I pop these? And I say I'm fully anticipating, you know, having to block off, you know, or take out bits of the roof and stuff like that. But yeah. So what I do want to do, if I just plop down, actually let's do it this way. No. So, because we need copper sheets. That's a nice one to make straight away because it's ironing gun straight away. And then we need them and them. And I say it's this sort of level. I'm thinking so effectively this whole level is going to be assemblers rather than what's it called them? What's it called them? Constructors rather than assemblers. And then this, well, let's just build one as well. And then the level above is going to be the production assemblers. These are all assemblers are all going to be on the level above. You see, so we need to take up iron plate and screws and use them up there, and we need to take up. Well, modular frames are a level again. You see, they need reinforced plates, so you do get this doubling up. But you see, it's these, I think, space elevator, there you go. So it's these we need to make. So we need a production system for making all of these, because I think they're all used. So that uses stators, that uses the modular frames, and that uses rotors. Alright, so motors don't get used. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, obviously we'll produce them, but I say I sort of assumed that all of these were going to be used. Not these, because different sort of thing, but sort of assumed that all of those three would be used, but that's not the case, is it? But what I need to do is I need to work backwards, and that's one of the reasons I want to put this stuff in to get us rolling again, and partly so I can, because I need loads of them for level 2s and loads of the other ones for level 3s. Okay, so say that's the sort of plan. Turn you down. The question is, how do I want to organise it? We might as well because what I'm thinking at the moment is we sort of take it over here. I mean, we do need concrete for the encased beams. So I can't, well, I could block it in, but it's easier if I don't block it in. But it's easier if I punch a hole in the roof, basically. And then we can put some more. I do have those, the contents of the stuff over. There's all those chests over there still. Probably going to need more than that. But yeah, I'm thinking a row of industrial containers here. Which is going to be where? Organisation, industrial storage. So we might as well sort of line them up with that, I think. So if we put it here, so it's lined up with. No, what's it? No, there we go. So yeah, I'm thinking we do mergers here, which is the out. That's the out. There we go. And where do you want to be? You want a little bit of room, but not too much. So let's put you there, and then let's. Wait, that needs to be that way, doesn't it? Still get a bit confused with the arrows, I must admit. But there were 3 of these, weren't there? Is that right? So, the one belt to there. That one to there. To there. That one into there. That one into there. That one into there. And then this should be our output. Yeah, brilliant. Connect that to there. obviously, as I say, there's only one machine that's working, so this isn't really, you know, that much production. I'm thinking, because one of the things that I'm kind of taking advantage with this is basically the split. It's the old. It's a bit weird in terms of when it clips and when it doesn't. You know, when it says, "Yeah, that's fine, no problem. Let you pass those two belts through each other," and when it doesn't. So I'm thinking we go like a second row, because what I could do is, in terms of extending it, is when there's iron plate coming, we can just stick them at the end, and I can have them come down here, and it'll just let me clip the belts through. I was looking on the old Reddit the other day, and this seems to be a bit of a controversial topic, the clipping. Those are the inputs, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, so we need a bunch of them, like so. No? Is that not lined up? That's lined up. We need 4 of these, I think. Why are you not? There you go. No? Yes. No, there we go. Okay. 4. So we line these up. I say, if you played Factorio, you kind of recognise what I'm doing. Whether this is like the optimal way to do it in Satisfactory, I haven't a clue, but we can give it a go. Right, so we want another one of these here. So say to use the old sort of copy and paste trick, which I can't afford because I need BEMS. Okay, let's see if we can't get some stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about using this series like I'll play Satisfactory during the week, rather than Factorio, because I've been getting a bit carried away with it. I mean, I do need to sort out. Have I got any? No. Oh, bottom. I thought I had some over there, but clearly not. Okay, so I haven't got any. I put all the steel in here, basically, because we don't actually have that much steel. Right, so if we grab a couple of 3 stacks like that, and then we can nip over to our production area and stick those together. Been sorely tempted to try to play some Dyson Sphere program. I wish I kind of get into a stage. I'm really enjoying the streaming. I know some of them, not too many people watch and all that sort of stuff. That's not what I'm sort of. Oh, I also discovered, and maybe this is, you know, known to everybody. If you press space, it effectively holds down the button. I didn't know it did that, and it doesn't tell you here. You know, it says hold left mouse button, but if you hover over, press space, then it acts like a toggling one. So you don't even need to hold the button down. But yeah, I'd love to stream more, you know, and do some streaming during the week. But my work is just always so all over the place. I mean, Mondays are probably the best day because it's sort of easiest, but you know, in terms of like other commitments that, you know, also get in the way. Adult stuff, life stuff. Mondays is easiest usually from that point of view because I've done a lot over the weekend in terms of domestics. But as I say, the problem is Monday's usually the day Mondays is usually my longest work day, basically. Now I did wonder with this, because the belts are rubbish at doing right angles, we could use like an inserter. Not an inserter, you know, a merger or something. to get it to do a proper right angle. Now let's see if we can't get it to do it. So if we say, oh, you have to connect it to something, don't you? Do you know what I mean? That's horrible when it does that. So if I wanted it, where is the line? The line's there. The line is there. E3 starts this week, or this Saturday. All the conferences, looking forward to that. I enjoy the, you know, the hype and all that sort of stuff, but it's all just marketing. It's like, I think it's worth watching, worth enjoying, but you know, it's all finely tuned. One of the things with gaming that I have noticed is that we're kind of one of the most hyped entertainment forms. You know, trailers are massively important in gaming. It's like more than, I mean, obviously they're really important with movies and stuff, but the degree to which they're important is kind of remarkable when you think about it for games. So I say my idea is that we basically have these machines making a belt's worth of, you know, ingots and rods. Okay, and then what we'll do is if I discover that that's not enough for the things we need to make for assemblers, we can add more machines on. But in the meantime, what we can do is effectively use this space, so we can have more machines, or we'll put more of these down, and we can use them to make the secondary materials. Yeah, so the idea being again that I'll try and produce a belt's worth of screws and a belt's worth of things. So basically, what I need to do is kind of arrange that. Right? So this is my theory. This is probably not going to work in practice, but you know, we'll give it a go. So what I need to do, you see, is basically line things up here. So the idea would be, we'll put that there. Which is first? Which should we do first? I say I don't have the material coming in really to support this, but I say eventually we will. This will be level 3 belt. We'll have 2 things going, but you know, even if I had the, you know, even if I could make the appropriate belt levels, I don't have the power to run all of these machines. You know, so I need to go and extend the whole coal factory basically. And there again, I ran out of belts. You know, so I say it's sort of, we need to get all this at least producing some stuff so that I can then start upgrading everything. Right. So what do we want to make? So we kind of want to make screws, because they're the most obvious. You know, they use iron rods, and that's it basically. Because we also need copper sheet, but that's copper. We need steel beams, but that's steel. We need steel pipe, but that's steel. We need wires, but that's copper. We need cable, but that's copper. Yeah. So, and we're already producing concrete. These, I don't know where you're meant to get stuff from to do them at scale, but you know, whatever. So really, this is about producing a level 1 belt's worth of screws. So let's have a look at the screws. This produces 40 a minute. Okay. Now, a Lelo belt, as it were, a level 1 belt, only carries 60 a minute. Okay, but that carries 2. But screws are used quite heavily in the other recipes, aren't they? It's a lot of screws. So I'm wondering if we maybe do, because what's the ratio? If that's 40 and that's 120, that's a nice ratio, isn't it? So it would be 3 in theory. How many of these would I need? So you only need 10 a minute to produce 40. Doesn't this produce 20 a minute? That's 15 a minute. Maths. Damn you, maths. Right, so I'll just plop some down. I say we'll worry about ratios once it's all up and running. But what I'll do, so we'll plop another one of these down. Well, actually, if I plop another of these down, because it's screws, so Is that the right one there? That's right. Screws, it's rods. Yeah, so if there is excess, I can always just feed it in there, you see. That's kind of what I'm thinking, in so much as I am thinking. We'll leave a bit of a gap, I think, so there's a bit of room to walk, you know, jump down, I think. Does that make sense? I'm not sure it does, actually. Because I'm not going to need to take anything else down there, am I? Line up, there we go. Let's put it there. I'll put down 2. Will I? Why aren't you? There you go. So these 2 are going to make screws. So I'm kind of imagining I'm going to need a lot more of everything anyway. You know, because a single level 1 belt is a bit rubbish. But yeah, so if you're making screws, then you need 10 a minute. If you're making screws as well, you need 10 a minute. So it's 20 a minute, and it produces 15 a minute. So I need at least 2 to support what you are doing. Oops. Okay, so we need another one of these. Is that the way round? Huh, that's a point. Can you do output when it's not output? So if I do... What's happening now? Why are you not connecting? Encroaching others' clearance. Wait, is this the wrong way around? No, that's the right way around. It won't let me do... Can I not configure this in some way? That seems dumb. You can't do 2 in, 2 out. Unless there's a... Maybe you can... Splitter. Is there... If I... Rotate... Sample building... What does quick switch mean? Oh, that means going from splitter to merger, doesn't it? Build menu is just back to the right mouse button. Because that's just turning it round. And it appears to only let me do... Oh no, I don't want that one anyway, do I? Well, I do. Huh. I'm not quite sure how I arranged that, because I need... I'm actually going to do that. Because what is this? This is a... Because this is a merger, and it only has 1 output. Whereas I need a splitter, but a splitter with 2 inputs? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to do... I can't believe you can't. That seems dumb. You know, that you can't have different configurations of splitters and mergers. That can't be right. Maybe it's a higher level tech. Because I'm going to need quite a complicated arrangement. Well, not that complicated, but you're going to both do screws. Because I need to merge it in and then split it out, if you see what I mean. So if we give ourselves a bit of room. Why are you not making it? So Because what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to treat this as if it's the line like that. But then this one here needs to be a splitter. Is that 7? There. And then I'll take it back the other way, basically, if that makes sense. So we then need a series of splitters, basically. I know what I mean, even if it doesn't make sense in how I'm explaining it. We need to move these back, really. In fact, actually, let's take them out. Copy that one. Let's line it up here. Put it the right way around. Why are you not? There we go. Let's put you there. Yeah. Where's my lane? There he is. Yeah, because basically these need to come out, be merged together, and then here we need to split it so that we can take it back again and make the screws. Yeah, but then the rest of it can go down there. You can't set priorities as well. You know, you can't set so it, you know, prioritizes one route rather than the other. Let's just hook this up. So we don't really have the materials to afford all of these machines anyway, so right, so power poles. I put them on the left last time, didn't I? So on the right rather. So put them here. So one here. Oops, one there, and then probably neater if I do it. So where's the actual? Let's do it this side then. So I want this one. I could put them on this side, I guess, this time. Okay, so we then want to hook the actual machines up, and you need to be powered up, but you also need connecting on this side. So we want another splitter, and we want it that way. Might as well put you in. There we go. Yeah, I was saying I'm very tempted to start streaming Dyson Sphere program because I've really got the itch to give it another go, or you know, start a new map and check out the updates. I'm a little worried on, and it's one of the fears you have to get over with all early access, in that, you know, if you play it to the point where you complete it is the wrong term, but you know, you sort of finish what it has to offer, and then they change stuff or add stuff, you kind of have to start again. And they say it's a bit of a thing you have to get over with when you support any early access game. Right, so we now have these machines. Oh, I need to hook these up, don't I? That, like that. Do you see what I mean? So these would be both merging it into a line here. Yeah, with excess potentially going that way, and then this comes in here, goes backwards into here, and I think I said probably end up with 3 of them, but we'll leave that for now. But basically, Are you making screws? Yeah, I'm sort of trying out the concept basically, rather than necessarily the final form. So I suspect it might be easiest if we put the. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Because that lines up with there. That's a bit annoying. Okay, let's get rid of this then. Okay, and then we want one of them. And we want input there, output there. So let's put it there, say. Didn't work. Why did it not work? Why am you not working? Oh, have I lined that up with the wrong? I've lined that up with the wrong thing, haven't I? I have lined it up with the wrong thing. That then. Oh, I guess I should put mergers in here, shouldn't I? Yeah. Choose that one. Yeah. Little bit of room. They're a bit fussy if you put them too close together, I think. Maybe that was just me. But I say they seem to be a bit sort of. Didn't like it if you put them right close together. Oops, no. What did you do there? You made a mess of that, didn't you? That into what? Oh. Something that's the wrong way around here. That's wrong. How did that happen? So we want output on that side. Probably have to get rid of that. Don't imagine it'll be connected up. So that's in. And that's out. Got it right in the end. Okay. So we now have some iron plates, we now have some iron rods, and we now have some screws being made. Okay. Let us see about copper next. So these are the copper ones. So what we can do is we can just take them up in the same sort of way. Now, which is the copper? So it's that copper that I'm actually producing stuff in. So we want a Mark 1 lifter. And we want. Oh, I'm going to have to run. This was the other thing. I was wondering about putting more stairs in, basically. Because the only way I've got of going up is this. And I don't know, is it going to let me, you know, just keep this. Because there's sometimes have range, you know, if you go too far away from what you're trying to build, cancels it. It seems to be okay at the moment. Because this is the thing again, it's difficult to kind of tell the height. I do know you can twist them round as well. And in fact, that looks like, unfortunately, that's what it's done. But you see, twist them round. So we may end up making use of that. But I want to line this up with that. I think that's the right height, is it? I think. Now, will it let me go all the way? It will. Okay. We want it to be straight. Ideally. It looks like I didn't quite get the height right because that's going up at an angle, but that doesn't matter. That's fine. Right then. So, we then want some copper production. So these are ingots, aren't they? Because what I could do, I could make iron. You see, this is what I don't know. I don't know the volumes, but I could make iron on this floor, copper on the next floor, steel on the next floor. Because, as I understand it, there's no height limit. you know, you're not limited by the height in this game. Which make, you know, when you think about it, if they're going for a 3D Factorio, that's a good thing. They haven't limited your height, because why make it 3D Factorio and then, you know, say players can't make things high enough, or can't do height. I'm starting to suspect we'll probably put steel. We will put steel on the next level, because I don't think we're going to have room. Or, you know, in fact, I'm suspecting we may, because that's taken up a lot more room than I thought it would, and it's not really even doing very much. Not that it's efficiently packed in or anything, but yeah, I suspect we may end up with copper on the second floor and maybe copper and steel on the second floor. But anyway, so this is that one, so we can put a little splitter here, input like that, and then if we give ourselves a little bit of room like we did on the other side, not too much, but you know, sort of thingy's worth. And then we have, yeah, we're going to put steel on the other side, on the next floor, I think. And then we have the actual, where are they? Let's copy one of them. The actual constructor here. Whoops. Where do we want to put it? Let's put it there so that it ends roughly in the line. Put a couple down. Whoops. Work out how many we need for a stack's worth. So, oh, I guess we could do copper sheet as well, couldn't we? Because that's for pipes, basically, when you're doing the pipe stuff. What's the... so 10 a minute, but require 20 copper a minute. So they're quite hungry, aren't they? Let's do one of them then. So you kind of, you know, you don't need them very much then, from what I was doing before, but yeah, we're not going to have enough room here, are we? So I think we might actually go at a different angle. Maybe. Maybe we have that come round a corner. And now that we know we're not going to produce, you know, anything steel on this level, instead we have the machines here, maybe, you know, going that way. Yeah. Right, so I need to copy one of them. So say maybe we have, actually if I put the like splitters in first. So if you're going to end up being sort of, try and weave you around. So maybe you're here. That. Am I going to be able to make it into there? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, so then you need to be... Oh. So I made a strange noise then. You need to be here. Or... where am I actually going to put the containers? Because I don't actually have a use for the steel, copper sheets, other than for the pipes, but I don't know if they do have a more significant use. So, you know, is that just for personal consumption, effectively? yeah, I'm thinking that's probably going to end up being personal consumption. So we could put one of these here, essentially. And then, I mean, it's just in case type stuff as well. So we can take it somewhere else, but basically, you know, I feed this one into there. So this does copper sheet, and we feed it in there. And then the others we feed over in this direction. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. So, I'm pretty convinced it's gonna be better to do copper on the second floor. Seeing how much room this is all taking up, which is fine. I was, you know, it's one of the reasons I sort of built so many floors, to be honest with you. You know, just as a trial thing. And I'll definitely add some more in. Are you working? Oh no, of course you're not got power. So we need more of these, and then we need to work out what our ratios are, so that we can think about a belt's worth of wires. I don't think... Yeah, so you get 30 a minute, and doesn't say. Okay, and the thing does 60 a minute. So 2 machines will fill a yellow belt with wire. So 2 of them would make enough wire to fill a container, but then we also need to think in terms of cable. So let's have a look at cable. Cable's 30 a minute, but requires 2. So that needs 60 a minute, which is a belt's worth. So actually it's like... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's only 30 minutes, so you would need 2 of them to fill a belt. So we need basically 4 making cable, 4 making wire and 2 making cable, basically. And we can do the whole thing we were doing before, where we can, except we can't really because we haven't got the room. Okay, yeah, it's second floor for copper. Well, I guess it's third. That's third floor. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, let's just do it all. I think we could leave that bit there. You know, the sheets, but we might as well see if we can take this up even further. I've no ideas whether the lifters will let us do that. No? Conveyor belt, there you go. It's difficult sometimes to know what it's connecting with. Right. So, we want a level 1 lifter. Don't really have a nice way of connecting it, but are you going to snap on for me? Or am I going to have to do weirdness? So that's snapped on. Can I jump up there? I don't think I can I? Nope. So I'm going to have to run all the way over again. I need some more stairs, don't I? I thought about putting them on the outside, basically. Could take quite a lot of room in here, and we could just, because I've obviously got the holes in the walls, and I could just line some of them up, basically. As I said before, you can clip to walls. You don't have to clip to things, you know, to floor pieces with the ramps. Right, so it looks like it can take it up this far. The difficulty is knowing what's a good level. Does that look about right? That looks a bit high. Then I was off before, wasn't I? Maybe if we do that one. And we'll see. Because we want a... It's maybe too far. I don't know. So it looks like it is one high, but I'm not too fussed about that. It's not giving me a line, because I think it's too far, isn't it? You know, a blue line, turquoise line. No, it's too far over, isn't it? Maybe if I see... So that's... Is that straight line? That's straight line there. So I think it's there. I'm not, it doesn't matter, but... Cool. Cool, cool, cool. They're awesome, them. I really like that. It doesn't appear to be anything descending though. It's just a line that goes up. Where are the little, you know, where are the slats going back down again? I'm asking too many questions. Right, so we now have an entire, or potentially an entire level. I think I might... Oh, it looks like I might not finish this. Look, I've not got the thing in here. Well, there's a big gap here. Oh no, I took that out, didn't I? Did I take these out as well? I don't think I did. Let's put... let's fill that bit. I'm a lot cooler in this room today. The fan is having its effect. As noted, whether you can hear it on the audio, or it's causing any weird effects, I'm not sure. But it's a success in terms of cooling me down a little bit. Not that it's as hot as it was. Although in some ways that's difficult to tell, isn't it? Right. So, if this then comes in here, and we now have say a row of splitters here. Would I be better with a row of splitters directly in line with this? That would probably be better, wouldn't it? But slightly risky in terms of overlapping things there. Might have been better to bring this onto here, actually. In fact, why don't we do that? So we want level 3, level 3 rather. See if it'll come onto here. See if we can get it to do a curve. Ugly, but effective. Right. So this would be coming up here. A little bit of room, I think. At least that. And then we want to get splitting. So we want... Because I know, you know, I can always... Oh, of course I need to get rid of that. Huh. Didn't do it. I can always put more, you know, floor pieces in there for the other copper to come in. But I will allow a bit of room, I think, so... No. Yeah, so allow a bit of room here. So I want the input there. It's not giving me a line, but I'll assume it's about there. That looks about right. No, wrong button. Yeah, so we want... Hold on, so it was 4, wasn't it? Have to do it from here. Production. Constructor. Other way around. Let's have it output sort of. Where's the thing? There. So we want one, you know, one for the sheeting. We want two. Why are you not behaving? Two. Three. Four. Five. That's 5 of one, no. So in other words, these two doing these. All of these are going to do wire with a. Was that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, too many. Wire. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to do sheet. Okay. So now that we know we have to do the back and forthy thing, what I'm thinking is we kind of planned for that properly. So let's have a container here. Organisation, industrial storage, plop it down here. So that'll be for the, what should we call it? Sheet. That one's for the wire, so we're going to need some more floor tiles. Fill all of this in. It's a lot. It is a lot. It's very, very similar to the Fallout 4 building system, but just ever so slightly better. To put it bluntly, just sort of that classic meme of Todd Howard going, "It just works." It kind of does just work in this. The problem I've got here is that this is where the steel needs to come up. It's not that much of a problem, but it is a bit of a problem. I could always weave it around the back, couldn't I? But the trouble is, if I'm gonna take these up a level, that's not ideal, is it really? So I'm kind of always going to have that problem, so we'll just kind of deal with it, I guess. So it's something I'll probably fix later. That's odd. Some weird things. On the metric-y thing, I think. Okay. Right, yes, so, at the very least, we can get it... No? 3. Okay. Get it producing... In fact, why have I put these so far over? Because all I want to do is make a bit of room to do that, so we might as well have them closer. But I'll put the splitters and stuff in first. So we want mergers first. So the idea, basically, is now we know we need to do this. We'll merge all of the wires together first. And then rather than feed straight into a chest, we'll have a splitter. Like that. So yeah, so we can move these closer. And go in the other way. Or can we? So, let's plot these in first. No? Okay. There we go. I hope they've balanced this in a way that, because there's no blueprinting as far as I'm aware. I hope they've balanced it in a way that actually you don't need billions of machines. Because if it's like... Wait. No, that's right. No, those are the wrong way around. Aren't they? It's a bit rubbish. It doesn't really copy things properly. Like, it doesn't copy the orientation. So I do that. Right, the orange is... No, you see the blue's going... Oh, well, it is. I guess it is, because... Actually, that one's pointing this way. That's me. Me not understanding that. But it does seem to flip them round sometimes, and I don't quite know why. So that's that way. That's that way. There we go. There we go. Pop that there. Pop that there. Kind of feels like balances would be quite an interesting thing to try and do. Because you obviously loop things back round again, but having something that only has the two options of, you know, 1 in, 3 out, or 3 in, 1 out. Oops. Oops. I was just trying to get a cup of coffee. Yes, so then we want a bunch of these. Like this, you see. Oh, I say a bunch. I only need 2, really, don't I? Come on, line up. There we go. And then 3. And the idea being that this feeds in here and out this way, you see. Okay. And then you see what I'm going to need is another row of machines here. Making cable. Which is why I'm not sure. But actually I am going to have to put the... Yeah, the storages aren't going to be able to move that much. That's a bit annoying. Was that lined up? I wasn't checking that properly. No. Give me a bell. Give me a bell. I say, you know, it needs to be level 2 and stuff. Yeah, these are pretty much where they... That's a bit annoying. Where they're going to be, as it were. I didn't... Oh, I've run out of blooming things again. Okay. Right, at least we're right close by to it. So let's grab a bunch of them. Sort. Dash over and get a few more made. Yeah, so, you know, I've been quite enjoying making this factory and stuff. Really sort of, you know, good to spend a bit of proper time with the game, as it were. Just slightly ironic that press the space button. Seems to have coincided with any views just dropping off whatsoever. Maybe I put people off last time moaning about that copyright strike, which hasn't been removed. They've not, you know, they've not. I issued the, you know, the, what's the phrase? The, you know, dispute, but they haven't given up or, you know, responded to the dispute or anything like that. I suspect they won't, because after 30 days, if they don't respond, it, you know, invalidates their claim basically, and it just reverts back to me. But it was just, you know, it's like kind of exemplified the whole everything everyone always says about the rubbishness that is the copyright system on YouTube. I wonder if I can go 3 levels up with the things, because we could just go straight to steel above here. Seems a bit of a waste of space, but let's make the steel here. I'll probably end the episode there as well. Right, so we want not F, we want M3. Ow, that's quite uncomfortable. I need some new glasses. I need quite a lot of new things. There's a lot of stuff during lockdown I haven't really done that I should have done. Right, so the outputs of these, you see. In fact, this may need moving back, but the outputs of these need to come out here. Got a splitter, and a gurger, like that. How close? I think it might go. Let's try it. Was that lined up? I don't think that was lined up. Yes. And then basically, so this one's going to go in here, you see. Which is sad, I can't really... I could reorientate them and put them all maybe over there or something, but... Oh, I've put that in the wrong thing, haven't I? In fact, it is. That's wrong altogether, basically. So that's not right at all. This needs to be connected up to there, and then we need another one of these, which is what I was doing and why I made some more. Thing is, it needs to be here. I think I might set it back a bit. So I'm going to probably have to do a bit of tidying up with all of this. First time really building a factory. Is that the wrong way round? No, it's not the wrong way round. But this is brilliant. 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 Well done. Well done on that whole thing. Nice job. Now, is that the right way around? Have I got it right this time? I think that's correct. Right. So... No, don't go in... No, there you go. You go in there. You go in there. Right, so... Yes. There should be copper sheets, this will be wires, and this will be cables. Have I set the machines? I've not set the machines. So cables. We want cables. Did I set these machines? I think I did. Yeah, cables. Wires rather. Wires. 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 Right, so power. I didn't actually put any power connections on this, did I? No. Where do I want to... I might as well do it here, I guess. So, all I'm doing with the power, I'm literally... In fact, hang on. What did I do on the first level? Yeah, there we go. So I'm putting them in line, which means I need to fill in... Have I misaligned the roof gaps? I must have. Oh, I'm at the bottom again. Nuts. Right, let's run over. Yeah, I need more stairs. That's a definite mission. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the soundtrack. It seems to be just making a weird... weird sort of sound off. Oh, that moon seems awfully close. Yeah. Maybe that's just an ambient thing, because I thought I'd turned the music off. It was getting on my nerves a bit. What the heck was I going to do? Oh, power. Yeah. Right. So we need to put these in. Like this. So I think I left these because I ran out of stuff, basically. Ran out of concrete. So I left the gaps in. Right. So it's only making the concrete quite slowly. Yeah, so we need some more of these. Some splitters. Like that. And like that. And one there. There. And then we'll need power, which I should be able to just sneakily edge over and connect up like this. So we go 2. No, you're gonna. No, there we go. Like that. There we go. I haven't put that. I need to put the power poles round. I say I ran out of stuff, I think. So I've just been plopping them at about the same places and then just connecting them between levels. I'm sure there's probably power connectors, you know, proper ones for your factory, but I don't think I'm at that technological level yet. Right, so where do we want power poles? Let's just plop them here again. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 more. Yeah. There. And there. This seems to be misaligned compared to that one. I don't know if I've messed up my belts anywhere, but that's fine. Right, and then we hook across to the grid. In fact, probably better on the other side, having done that. There we go. In real life, I would be absolutely pooping my pants at this because I'm suffer from what's the proper name for it? Fear of heights, basically. I'll just connect that there, might as well. Like that. I'll connect you to you, you to you. And I'll just connect all of these up. So, and I might as well have the one on the end actually working. But we need material flowing through, so I'll connect all the belts up. Like this. So, this one should... Oh, I need to hook the other one up as well. This one should be making the old sheets. Sheets. One sheet. No, that's wrong. No. So we need that, like that, like that. This is going to make wires here again. First sheet, one sheet. First cable, nothing. Hurrah! First wire. So yeah, there are a whole load of chests still over, you know, in that over there, basically, that have all the rubbish in. I'll ferry that over and stick it in these thingies when I can. You know, between streams, definitely. So guess what we could try and do. I mean, how much steel stuff actually is there? In fact, let's just make a new assembler. So steel beam is just steel ingots. Steel pipe is just steel ingots. 15 a minute, so you would need 4 of those to fill a belt. Change the recipe. 20 a minute, so 3 of them to fill a belt. So it's quite a few. 7 to fill a belt worth of each. I think what I'll do then, and partly as we're sort of not running out of time, but as such, but it is not that far off at 5 o'clock. Oh, there you go. You see, I'm out of concrete. Are these not? Oh, they're running. Are you making? Yeah. Cool. So go and grab a load of concrete, and then I'll stick the sort of rest of the sort of walls on. Floor on, not walls. You can do, there is all the whole hypertube system, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, maybe I misunderstood it, but because that would be a lot quicker for me to get up. And there's these jelly pads and all that sort of stuff, but you see they need the rotors and biomass and stuff like that. In fact, I should probably store the biomass, because if they're it's interesting. But see, you need the rotors and the things to do them. The hypertuber is, things I don't have that many of, really. I mean, the supports I could make loads of, but what use are the supports for the actual tubes itself? And that requires the sheets and the pipes, and it's I don't have that many sheets because I couldn't see any use for them, so I didn't make that many. So that's really a better way of moving around. I'd say the jump pads. I could make a few of them, actually. But I think this is all. I think I'm carrying literally all of the. That's like all of the rotors that we've got. I think. Don't think there are any of those over in the chest. Right. So what we'll do? We'll fill in these gaps in the floor that I left after I'd run out of concrete. Or is that one I punched? That's a hole I punched, isn't it? Okay, we'll leave that one then. And this is where the ingots are. Is this where the iron plates are? Wah! Oh, nuts. No, they're over there, aren't they? So we can fill this in. this if I leave. Then there is a bit of a gap if I need to bring the iron plates up for some reason. Iron ingots up for some reason. Fill all of this in. There you go, see I've got a single gap in the thing. Right. And this is where my... yeah, so that's where those are. Did I just fill in the gap? Wasn't there something else? I don't know. Okay. So that'll help me bring up more copper, as and when. I probably should fill this in to give myself the best opportunity in terms of weaving things round. Steel ingots. How am I going to hook this up? Because I think we'll just take them around the back. As I'm pretty sure what we actually need to do is a new floor, basically. We'll take them around the back. That's what she said. Logistics. It doesn't clip when you can't see. It's one of the slight difficulties with this. Yeah. So we're going to have to go down now. Try not to kill ourselves in the process. So I'll plop that on there. Oh, you can go down as well. That's interesting. Okay. And then we'll dash all the way back over here. There is also that little noddy car, isn't there? You can get. Don't know if that's any quicker. Feels like the thing that I would just crash into everything. Bit of a track record in Factorio, at least, with crashing into everything. Right. Okay. So this is up to here. Right, okay. So obviously have it pointing this way. Give it similar sort of height as the old copper one. Then we'll hopefully bring a belt across to here. Like that. And then we'll kind of weave around, I guess. And we want to go maybe one extra straight bit. And then around this sort of corner, we wanted another one. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we take this over, round the back, see how far it'll let me go. I better fall down a hole. How far? Oh, we don't want to. I want to be a good way. Oh, it's too far. Okay. So pop that in. Yeah. How far will this let me go? Again. Yeah. So that's the maximum extent. Okay. Okay. So, how do I want to arrange this? Probably want to come round the corner again. Put some production machines in sort of here-ish. And have them stick into some crates here, maybe? Yeah, let's give that a go. Okay. And then a bit of space for the old machines. And then we want splitters. So you want that. And then copy one of them. Line that up. I'm getting better with not moving my head around to try and see around the corners and stuff. Now, how many was it? It was, because we want to do steel beams, that's 15 a minute, so we would need 4 to fill a low level belt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why have I left this gap here? Oh, because that's where the iron is. That's not ideal then, is it? It's a lot, isn't it? I didn't think it was that many to fill. They are quite slow, I guess. Because only 3 for the pipe. So what I'm wondering is, can we have them facing each other? Because I can't. I mean, this seems like we've got into the territory of, like, you know, I'm massively producing the higher level stuff, if you see what I mean. And the basics are only being produced at a trickle. Trickle. See, you're not watching, you miss out live, you miss out on gems like that. That's quality stuff there. Right. Why have I put 5 down then if it's only 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we don't need that one anyway. Okay. Unless... I'm trying to give myself space, basically, for if and when, you know, I have to redo things. But I'm doing that knowing full well that I'm going to be reworking a lot of this off stream anyway. Probably not this, not yet. Because what I'm thinking is we go up this way with the steel, we produce it into, you know, the plate things here, and then we could potentially come back and have the crate here, or go this way and have the crate over here. If it's over here, oh no, it would line up, and then I just do, you know, good old-fashioned clipping, and we have them, you know, we go back down again, and we have another crate for the pipes there. Yeah, let's do that. It's messy, but it'll do. Right, let's try and make sure this is correct. So in, yeah. I mean, I should really be thinking less in terms of straight lines, I guess, since these are, you know, 3-way outputs. I can have other machines on the other side. In fact, why don't I do that? Because why don't I do that? That makes more sense, doesn't it? So if we take all of this out, oops, there you go. We have to load inventory full of steel. So what I'm now thinking is, if I flip these round, doesn't that make more sense? So in other words, we have the splitters coming up the middle and feeding both sides. That makes a lot more sense, organisationally, I think, anyway. Yeah. See, it's only by doing that you learn. Unless, of course, you watch a guide or tutorial of someone who knows what they're doing. Then you've got the option of learning from the beginning. But we'll ignore that. Right, so what I actually want to do then is splitters up the middle. I'll leave the machines in for the time being. Like that. Because I need to flip them round, but once we've got these in, we can line things up. Yeah. And then we put these on this side. Right, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is much more sensible. I mean, it means having. I mean, we really need level 3 belt. In fact, probably need higher than level 3 belt to make this work. But yeah, it's a lot more Factorio-like when you think about it as well. I wonder how long it is between each mention of Factorio that I make. It's not long. Right. Why are you the wrong way around? There you go. Just try. I left one in so I can line it up, basically. Why are you not? Why are you not giving me the blue line? There we go. Now we can take it out. Copy that. Yeah. Give me the blue line. Right. Now, that means we need this. No, we need this. No, we need this to come up here now and go in there. Yeah, this makes way more sense. Doing it like this. Okay, so if I do anything between streams, as well as actually looking up the maths, which I completely failed to do, I'll probably be rearranging the ones we've already done so they're a bit more like that, because I like that much more. I like that much more. It is... Oh! I say it is going to need much higher level belts than we've got, but... Right, so this was steel beams, wasn't it? No? I don't know that it's actually that much less space. I mean, I suppose it is because it's fewer splitters. So I don't know that it's that much less space. I'm going to stick the chests at the end here, but I just realised actually they should go down the bottom, and I should follow my Factorio design principle of, you know, you go in at the same point as you go out. So in other words, if I'm going in here, I should be going out in this direction. So the container should be here, but if I did that, it would overlap with this, so we'll stick them at the end there. I've learned a huge amount this time. So much. Right, let's put the mergers in first. So 6 mergers. And you want to merge and go that way. And you want to be aligned there. Just thinking it might actually work better with power poles as well, putting them closer together like that, with their tail ends, you know, facing each other. Maybe that's the way you're meant to do it. I don't know, I need a merger there really, do I? Because it's not doing anything. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so we want a container. Just plop at the end here. I confess I had hoped we might get some of the higher level productions done, because it's obviously them that I really need to make belts and stuff, but this is fine. It's fine, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Yeah, this whole arrangement makes far more sense. I'm going on about Factorio, but not thinking Factorio enough. Is that's not even lined up? What have I done there? What have I done there? That's better. Because this is roughly how you would do it in Factorio, isn't it? Or it's sort of a way of arranging. Oh! I finally run out of iron plate as well. We should have 1,000,000 iron plate somewhere. Where would we have 1,000,000 iron plate? Literally below us. Yeah. No, that's rods. See, there's still, I mean, because it's only one machine running, it's not actually producing that much. Can I get up there? No. 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 Right, where's the stairs? Over there. But yeah, so I think I'll rearrange things so that into this more of a thing. But what this at the very least does is give me a good idea of size and stuff. I'm gonna say no, 3. Okay. You know how much room everything's going to take. Because I will honestly say that I thought, you know, the 3 levels would be too much. Clearly not. Clearly not. Oh, I put level 1s in. That was dumb. Who did that? Who did that, eh? Who did that? Right. Let's have another go. Industrial storage. I'll be honest, it's because I need the toilet. Busting for a pee. So I'm not thinking straight. Right, yes, let's just chuck that in there. Actually, this is what we need for belt, isn't it? Level 3 belt. Again, I don't quite, I mean I do, but the logic seems a little bit off to me. In that level 2 belt needs a material that, so level 2 belt requires those whatchamacallit, plate thingies. These reinforced iron plates, which you have to process iron plate, you have to process screws, and then you have to stick them together in iron plate in a different type of machine. Level 3 belts, although it's, you know, I think they're more, I mean it's more material in a sense, But all it requires is that steel beam. And steel beam are simply these machines. Now obviously you have to get coal, so that I suppose is technically more complicated. But level 3 belt seems easier to produce than level 2 belt. Right, we need to hook up power. I suppose, I mean, I'm looking at it from a perspective in a sense of, you know, I've already got there and I'm rebuilding it. So it is more complicated as you're doing it. But say, yeah, this makes more sense with the power as well, doesn't it? Because we can put, you know, a line of power poles in here and connect both machines to it. This was on the right, wasn't it? So I need one here as well. Ooh. Yeah, because I can connect, you know, that and that now. Can't I? Oh, why are you not? What you doing, game? There we go. Are you set? You're set to do steel pipe. Are you making steel pipe? Make steel pipe. Make steel pipe. Come on. There we go. Steel pipe. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. And that's quite good timing because it's 5 to 5. Are you making? Yeah. There we go. The old things. So that's the first one of these going in. Cool. First one of these going in. Yep. Cool. Excellent. So we are now making kind of all of the basics in the sense of, I can't show it, can I? So we've got the iron plate being made, we've got iron rods being made, we've got screws being made, we've got you know, the copper plate being made, we've got copper wire, copper cable, we've got steel plates, we've got steel pipes. Is that all of the basics? Yeah, this arrangement. So, you know, what we need really is these, you know, on the back here type of thing. That makes much more sense. I could even do a thing then quite easily where, you know, we have stacked splitters for the material coming in, and we could do something where, you know, at some point this stops being used, as it were. The bottom one runs out, and then you can basically transition it back down to the bottom. So take a belt out of there. No. And stick it in like that, because I know it does funky angles. Yeah. Yes, I have learned much this stream. How are we doing power-wise? Let's have a look at that. So still only consuming... Hang on. We're still only consuming 100 and... whatever it is. 140, 120. What's a peak there? About 200 maybe. That's the product. That's because we got all of them coal power things, and that's the headroom given to us by the biomass burners. And I had more than that before. So yeah. So even if I turned everything on, everything was running at full chat, it would still be that we fucked up. It would still be less than what we got there. But if I hook up all of these machines up, it's probably going to be too much, I would expect. Okay, so between streams, if I get a chance, hopefully I will. Not anticipating being too busy with work this week. Well, I am, but not that it'll flow out of normal work hours. But yeah, between streams I'll do some tidying up. I would definitely rethink this. I might rethink these as well, because this is the same issue in that I'm coming along here. It'd be far better to have smelters on this side, to put these, wouldn't it? It's going to make more sense to do that. But the trouble is, it's now banging up against the edge. So I might leave these. Yeah, okay. So I guess that's it for today. It's not quite 5 o'clock technically, but it's close enough. Yeah, so I guess I'll do myself promo stuff for anyone watching on the VODs. Again, really, it's kind of interesting actually. I mean, I don't care. I'm not fussed about being a partner or any of these sorts of things, but you can kind of see why people drop particular games as streamers, because I mean, with the Factorio, and the numbers we're talking about here are tiny. It's not, I'm no big streamer or anything like that. Let's not pretend. Even in the Factorio stuff, it's quite small, but people watch the Factorio streams, or some people do, and there's some regulars who come back. But obviously, I guess they're not interested in Satisfactory, or I'm streaming at the wrong time for them, or whatever. And so no one really watches these streams live. There's an occasional person will pop in and say hello, and that's all absolutely brilliant. Love that. But you can kind of see why streamers might drop series, because if you look at my metrics, because like one of the things that is for the affiliate and partner and stuff like that is the number of people watching, like the average number of people and engaging in chat in particular. And if like me, you're doing 3 streams a week, then the fact that this will have an average viewership of none basically, and then the two Factorio ones will have average viewerships of sort of maybe 5 people or something, but that then gives you an overall average of like 1 1/3. So say it is quite interesting how they've set up their system, that it kind of encourages you to chase viewerships to a degree, without kind of factoring in the scale of a game and all that sort of stuff. So you can kind of see why people jump on, the bandwagons of the big games and the new games and all that sort of stuff. So it is quite fascinating for me as someone interested in, pop psychology, so we say, how it's all set up. Because behind the scenes, if you've never done any streaming, it has all sorts of achievements, it calls them. I don't think there really are achievements, but there's all sorts of things like the amount of time you've streamed and the number of people chatting and all these sorts of stuff. And so you can see how it sort of gamifies the actual streaming itself, which is absolutely fascinating to me anyway. So we'll call that a stream there. So just to do myself promo stuff, I'm Trismegistus. You can find me at Trismegistus on Twitch, on Twitter, and on YouTube. The YouTube and Twitter ones are alias to Triggles. I'm actually thinking of changing my name here as well, but that looks like it's slightly more difficult than it is on the other platforms. But yeah, so that you can find me Trismegistus or Triggles on all 3 of those platforms. Follows, likes, subscribes, bells, all those sorts of things are very much appreciated across the various platforms. I stream Satisfactory. I'm going to keep going, even though nobody watches. I'm going to keep going because I'm enjoying it. But I stream Satisfactory on Fridays at 3 o'clock for a couple of hours, just a bit of fun after work. And then my main series is Factorio, where I'm trying to build a mega base for the first time. Got literally thousands of hours in the game, never done a mega base. Doing it on stream. It's been really fun the last couple of episodes, actually. People have been joining in on chat and watching. And I'm learning a lot now. We got to the stage where we're past where I've done the up to a rocket launch load. I mean, not that I don't enjoy it, I still love it, but I've done up to rocket launch loads of times, and I can basically blast through. I can, without any optimization for map, layout, I can do that in 20 odd hours. You know, if there's no biters, I can easily do it in 20 hours, which isn't meant as a boast. It's just I've done it so many times. But yeah, so we're now into the stage really where I'm really properly learning how to do mega basing, and I'm trying to do it my way. You know, I'm trying to do my version of a mega base, and it's really fun. Say, get some streams where people do join in and offer tips and help and all that sort of stuff. Also, I'm kind of trying to ignore that a bit, but and do it my way. But I say it's always fun to chat with people. That's Heroes I stream from 3 till 6 minimum, but 7 o'clock if I can manage it. Maybe short streams this week because I'm getting my second vaccine dose, and it completely knocked me over the first time. There's actually streams archived where you can see me basically going slightly green as the stream progresses, where after I'd had my shot. I sort of thought I'd probably be okay, but no, completely knocked me on my bum. And so I have to assume that it may well do the same thing again. So yeah, so that's the stream. Now I then archive everything to YouTube. So there's Tuesdays and Thursdays for the Factorio, and then I should I can't work out the camera. I'm trying to do finger things. It's not on screen, but yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays for Factorio, and Friday for Satisfactory VODs going up. They're just uploads of the VODs. Might do highlights at some point, but yeah. So those are everywhere you can find me. Anything else? No, other than I really am considering doing a new Dyson Sphere program series. It would have to be separate to these, though. I do still want to keep going Satisfactory. It is fun. Anyway, yeah, so if you have been watching and enjoying, then hopefully you'll catch me in another stream or watch another one of these episodes. Thank you very much. Cheers.